Jeff Bezos, the man who put the world in a cardboard box, is now trying to conquer Hollywood with cold, hard cash. His recent appearances at places like the Met Gala were supposed to prove he had finally entered America's most exclusive club. But instead of earning respect, he may have painted a massive target on his back. Because behind the red carpets, luxury yachts, and celebrity photos, a rebellion is growing inside Hollywood itself. And it's turning one of the richest men on earth into a symbol of everything people are starting to hate about billionaire power. This is the story of how a billionaire's ultimate power move might be blowing up in his face, exposing the deep divide between Silicon Valley's new money and Hollywood's old guard. For decades, Jeff Bezos dominated online shopping. He transformed a tiny online bookstore into a global empire that changed how the entire world buys, ships, and consumes products. He built a machine of unprecedented efficiency, a logistics giant that rewrote the rules of commerce itself. But eventually, business success wasn't enough anymore. Conquering the material world had lost its thrill. Jeff Bezos wanted something bigger: influence, status, culture. He didn't just want to own companies anymore. He wanted to own attention. And Hollywood, the global capital of attention, became his next target. His entry wasn't subtle. It was a full frontal assault. Amazon's massive $8.5 billion purchase of MGM Studios instantly gave Bezos control over one of the most legendary names in entertainment history, including the James Bond franchise itself. It was a vault containing a century of culture, and now he held the key. With one deal, Bezos didn't just enter Hollywood, he kicked the doors open. At the same time, his public image completely transformed. The quiet, nerdy tech billionaire vanished. In his place stood a new man, almost always alongside his partner, Lauren Sanchez. He suddenly became a constant. Presence at elite parties, front row at fashion events, and on luxury vacations, meticulously documenting it all for social media. The shy CEO was gone, rebranded into a billionaire celebrity. And nowhere was that transformation more visible than the Met Gala. In elite circles, showing up at the Met Gala sends a message. It's more than a party. It's a coronation. It says, you've made it to the absolute center of power and influence. For Bezos, it was supposed to be the ultimate arrival moment, the final confirmation of his new status. But while cameras flashed outside, a very different conversation was happening. Behind the scenes, a story that all the money in the world couldn't silence. Because Hollywood has always loved wealth, but it also cares deeply about image. And the very same fortune that bought Bezos his access was now becoming the biggest weapon used against him. The pushback started as a murmur, then grew into a roar. Critics started asking uncomfortable questions. Where did all this money really come from? What did workers sacrifice to build it? And why was Hollywood so quick to embrace a billionaire whose company had spent years facing accusations over warehouse conditions and labor treatment? One fashion insider watching his rise said it clearly. It's one thing for a century-old luxury brand to sponsor an event, but it's another thing to reckon with the idea that two individuals can do it, and many people question the ethics of that kind of wealth. Then things escalated fast. In May of 2023, a group of powerhouse actresses, including Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, and Cynthia Nixon, signed a public letter directly to Amazon's board, criticizing the company's treatment of its warehouse workers. The allegations were brutal. Pregnant workers allegedly denied basic accommodations like extra bathroom breaks. Employees pushed to a breakneck pace. Women reportedly suffering devastating health consequences, even miscarriages, under extreme productivity pressure. Suddenly, Jeff Bezos wasn't just a billionaire at glamorous parties anymore. He became the face of a much darker conversation about power, wealth, and exploitation. And the timing couldn't have been worse. While Bezos appeared on Instagram feeds surrounded by luxury, private jets, and celebrity friends, Hollywood, activists were painting a completely different picture. One built on worker suffering instead of billionaire success. That open letter wasn't the end. It was the beginning. Politicians joined in. Senator Elizabeth Warren repeatedly criticized Amazon and Bezos, arguing that if the company could afford billion-dollar acquisitions and space projects, it could afford to treat workers better and pay its fair share of taxes. Her message turned Bezos' lifestyle into a political symbol of inequality. At the same time, actors like Mark Ruffalo openly supported Amazon union efforts, using their fame to amplify worker voices. And slowly, Hollywood began splitting into two sides. On one side, celebrities working with Amazon, enjoying its massive budgets. On the other, voices questioning the morality behind the empire itself. Now, even appearing in an Amazon project can feel political. A simple role, a simple collaboration, can become a statement about values. The era of just taking the money and staying silent is fading fast. This tension has created two Hollywoods. The Hollywood that shows up to the party, and the Hollywood that asks who paid for it all, and how. It feels like we're reaching a boiling point, because this isn't just about Jeff Bezos anymore. It's about what kind of power society is willing to accept. For years, massive wealth guaranteed admiration. Money opened every door. Billionaires were modern royalty. But today, audiences are asking a different question. Not how rich are you, but how did you become rich in the first place? Jeff Bezos mastered the art of building an empire. He bought the studios. He entered the parties. He surrounded himself with influence and celebrity status. On paper, his Hollywood takeover looked unstoppable. But there may be one thing that money still can't buy. Respect, because in his quest to own a piece of culture, Jeff Bezos may have succeeded in buying Hollywood's attention. Without ever truly earning Hollywood's trust,